Capsule wardrobes, uniform dressing. I have learned a lot over the last 20 days of this challenge of wearing basically the same thing every day. I was curious if it would actually reduce decision fatigue or maybe I'd find more freedom in my closet, but it was actually something entirely different. I realized I was buying into a fantasy and so many other people might relate to this, but essentially in trying to do uniform dressing or reduce the decisions that I have in the day, it was almost like a metaphor in a way of control of trying to create more space in my life when things felt a little bit crazy. And I think yesterday was a good one. I just kind of like did not want to be on social media for the last couple days. And the last couple weeks have just been absolutely insane. And so I think that when we look to our closets, we look to the tiny little things in our life that we can have a sense of control over. And the idea of being quite simple and wearing one thing has this illusion that, okay, it's just going to make us feel better. But actually, it did two different things. On the one hand, I felt like I now have a workhorse. I know exactly what I can put on when I can't think or I need to run out of the door, and having practice just putting together those outfits, it's going to be my baseline. But on top of that, I realized how dressing can actually change my mood and is a way for me to actually become more present in my life. I missed my entire closet. I missed having so much color. I missed the freedom of choice in my expression of myself. And I know a lot of people just don't necessarily care about clothes, and that isn't something that's important to them. For me, I think that dressing is like a personal form of like personal expression exercise. Like, right, you move your body, but actually the exercise of figuring out what you want to put on your body changed my mental state. So it's the kind of same way that I feel about fragrance and scents. Like, that might not be your thing, but sometimes when I'm just like in a rut, I'll need to put on like a perfume, and just the smell and the experience of it completely just sort of shifts me out of whatever state I'm in. And I found that like wearing the same outfit every single day kept me in one particular place. And sometimes that was like really necessary because life was just too much. And I will definitely always fall back on this, but I missed the other possibilities. You know, we need a lot of joy in our life now. And I think that the way that we choose to dress ourselves can really be one of them. So now what I see as a burden of choice, I really see as a freedom of choice. I have a different level of gratitude of being able to wear something really fun every day. Because as we tip towards more of a Handmaid's Tale type situation, I know I look good in teal, but I don't want to be wearing it. I wouldn't want a world where everybody's wearing a uniform. I would want to see everybody's creativity. I would highly recommend to everybody to try this for 28 days. It really teaches you what you care about in terms of your personal expression and style.